Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Pinot, that food and wine show, yeah. When you wanna have a good time, drink a little wine, yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of That Food and Wine Show. I'm Larry.
I'm Chris.
And today we are breaking out 2 Gewurztraminers in honor of the holiday, the Thanksgiving holiday that is upon us. It is it's late November.
Or so they tell us.
Yeah, actually we wouldn't know it. We are right here in sunny Florida and it is warm. It's warm as Hades out here.
I'm loving it. A natural choice for our Turkey Day meal. This is a white wine that's traditionally or typically a little fuller body than a lot of other white wines. Still remains a great crispness to it, even though some can be quite sweet, but usually balanced with acidity and sweetness. Very aromatic wine, aromatic grape. That's where we actually get the name. The name Gewurztraminer. Traminer, the town in northern Italy, that is part of the name. Gewurz usually means spicy, but in this context, it actually means the aromatic grape from Tramin. So this is
Angeline Gewurztraminer from Mendocino County, 2006 vintage.
Now, I selected this wine because it's something you can find pretty readily. I've seen Angeline on several different restaurant menus in several different states. It's from the Martin Ray Winery. This is their value wine. Most of their wines are in the $30 range and up, but Angeline is meant for everyday drinking. I bought this today at $11.99 at a local retailer. I think it's a great value for the price. I think it's a great wine for the price, and hopefully you'll agree.
I brought today is the Weingut Geil Gewurztraminer Cabernet, 2007 vintage. Weingut Geil is the producer. Gewurztraminer Cabernet 2007 is the vintage. Cabernet refers to a style of wine that is just a little bit late harvest. It falls right at the beginning of the late harvest season, so it is the least sweet of the late harvest wines.
What are the others?
The gate. We're taking a look at these wines. I'm noticing that my Gewurztraminer, the Cabernet from Weingut Geil, has a more golden color.
Definitely, and the Angeline is definitely a lighter, more lemon color. Also, I'm noticing on the German wine here that we have a little spritziness. There's a little bit more gas in the wine, it looks like. It's taking a lot longer for the bubbles to rise to the top, and there's nothing left in that Angeline. That's a very curious effect there.
I want to say that this wine looks more viscous. I mean, am I saying that wrong? Viscous means, I mean, for me, it looks like there's more body on this wine. It looks like there's more legs. It looks fatter. It looks like more syrupy. And I would say, am I wrong in saying that would suggest that it's more viscous?
I like the term. I think it's a good term.
Good. So if you want to impress your friends out there, say if you see a wine that looks like it's syrupy and it's got long legs, say, oh, that looks like a pretty viscous selection you've made there.
Now, what I've got on the German here, definitely a minerality in the nose, the distinctive Gewurztraminer lychee nut, lychee fruit, that wonderful aromatic quality that Gewurztraminer gives us. But nice minerality, and I can tell this is probably going to be a little sweetness to it, I'm going to bet, but definitely on the dry side.
This I'm getting a lot of peach aroma on this Angeline, and some citrus. It's an interesting nose on this Gewurztraminer. I'm going to give it a try.
It's an excellent selection. This is a great Gewurztraminer. Now, it's a light wine. This is very crisp. This is more refreshing style. It does have some sweetness, like I predicted, but I think this would be a little too light for a Turkey Day dinner. We have a lot of variety of foods on the table. It's kind of a wild mix that we do. We do a lot of casseroles at our table. We always have the turkey. I like to have ham on my table as well. And I need a Gewurztraminer that's going to have a little bit more body, that can hold up, a little more structure, that can hold up to the variety of foods that we have. Cranberries aside, never mix your cranberry in wine. It's a terrible thing. It's like brushing your teeth and drinking orange juice. But I think the Gewurztraminer from Germany would be a great way to start off your meal, start off while you're waiting for a meal, but I'm going to need something a little bit bigger for dinner.
I would like you to try this one because I'm going to, to continue with what you're talking about. I think that this wine makes an excellent pairing wine for the Thanksgiving fare. I think that this one's got enough pronounced acidity. It's made in an off-dry style. It's not as sweet as I would suggest a Cabernet would be. And I think this flavor profile is going to go very, very nicely. with turkey.
I'm going to help myself to the Angelina
Yeah,
here that
please
he's
do.
talking about. Ooh, nice.
And I'm going to switch up to the wine Greek, which, like I said, I have been looking forward to trying for some time.
Now they have a very similar nose, but I'm not getting the same minerality. And that's really speaking highly of the German wine. I think that I got that minerality. I was able to get more soil, more terroir, if you will. In the California here, getting the more distinct varietal character, but I'm just not getting as much of a regional distinction. But definitely, I've got Gewurztraminer in my glass. There's no fooling me there.
This German Gewurztraminer definitely has more apricot on the nose. So it's a little more focused in the nose than the Angeline, although it could be said the Angeline has more complexity on the nose. So whatever you like. But this definitely has a touch more sweetness. Agreeing with what Chris said, this definitely is sweeter, not necessarily as acidic, so would not necessarily make for a great pairing wine, but would definitely be recommended for an aperitif for your Thanksgiving event.
That's what I'm talking about. The Angeline definitely has more body, definitely has more structure.
They're impressive too. I mean, and don't be afraid to take something that no one's ever had before, yourself included, to a party or to a dinner. If you go into someone's house and you're responsible for the wine for Thanksgiving dinner, bring a Gewurztraminer. Maybe they've never had it before. And I tell you what, this is a classic pairing for Thanksgiving turkey. I would bring it out and and stand by it.
And even though it's got a little sweetness to it, this is a white wine that dry white wine drinkers are going to enjoy. And I think even red wine drinkers are going to enjoy it. It's a great universal wine, especially folks that might drink white Zinfandel and drink Riesling on a regular occasion, or Blue Gray. This is a wonderful white wine that's going to cross a lot of palates and a lot of foods, and it's a safe bet for a housewarming
Thanksgiving dinner.
Thanksgiving dinner, absolutely.
Any poultry meal, I would say. Any poultry meal, you bring this with confidence. So let's give our impression of these wines. So before we wrap it up, I would say on both of these, I would give them an equal one thumb up on these. I mean, we're going to go the Siskel and Ebert route on our ratings here on That Food and Wine Show.
No numbers. We don't like numbers.
We're not going to give numbers. We're just going to, look at this like movies. You see Siskel and Ebert or Ebert and Roper for that matter. Give it a one thumb up, two thumbs up. Use it as a guideline. If we're going to give you 2 thumbs up on a wine and you respect what we've got to say, then by all means go out and pick up a bottle of wine. If you pick it up and we give it 2 thumbs up and you think it's garbage, that just means that your palate is not it's not good.
Send an email complaint to Larry, not only on the subject of what he was just talking about, but anytime you disagree with one of our recommendations, you send it directly to Larry and he'll write back.
No, you can definitely send your feedback, your comments, your questions, your suggestions to feedback@thatfoodandwineshow.com, and we welcome all of that. So for That Food and Wine Show, we hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm Larry.
I'm Chris.
Keep pairing. We'll see you next time.